What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to take a look at some easy problems to make sure that we really understand the difference between decimal places as well as significant figures. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so let's say that we have a circle of a radius 12.4 and we want to calculate the circumference and the area, and we want to write down the answers to one decimal place. Alright, easy enough to kind of draw out. We'll have a circle, and then we want to have the radius be 12.4. Now, for part A, we know that the circumference of a circle is just 2 pi r, meaning the circumference is just 2 pi times the radius, 12.4. And then when we calculate that out, we would get that to 77.9. Because remember, this is to one decimal place. This also happens to be the three significant figures, but again, the problem is asking us for one decimal place, so let's make sure that we are taking that constraint into account. All right. And then so for part B, we want to know the area. The area is just pi r squared. So we'll just put in pi 12.4 squared. And then all you have to do is put that in your calculator, and we'll get 483.1. Again, so that would be four significant figures, but again, we're not asked to do this in significant figures. We are asked to do this in terms of the decimal place. All right, so easy enough. Let's take a look at this. So round the following amounts to the given accuracy. We want to make sure that we understand what is being asked here. So we have 502.13 euros rounded to the nearest whole euro. So when I look at the 2, I look to the right, I see that 1, and that is going to round down. So my nearest euro would be 502. So I have 1,002.5 US dollars, and let's round to the nearest thousand, meaning that we are going to round to the nearest thousand. That's just going to give us 1,000. 1,002 rounds down to 1,000. So I have 12 BGN rounded to the nearest 10. Well, since, again, I have this 2 here and I round to the nearest 10, my total would just be 10. Now I have 1,351.368 Japanese yen, and we want to round that to the nearest 100 Japanese yen. So again, I'm looking at my hundreds place. Over here is a 5, so I'm going to round up. So the nearest is going to be 1,400 Japanese yen. All right. Let's take a look at our next problem. So now what we want to do is we want to calculate the volume of a very simple cuboid to one decimal place, two significant figures, three significant figures. Again, just verifying that we understand what's being asked here. So when I go ahead and I want to calculate the volume, I know that's just going to be length times width times height. So after putting everything in, I'm going to find that the volume is equal to 82.992. 82.992 is going to be my exact answer. And then to one decimal place, so again, I just want one decimal place. I see here that I have my 9, and then to the right I have another 9, so that's going to round up, making this 83.0. Okay, that's to one decimal place. To two significant figures would just be, well, 83. Because again, if I put a decimal point after that, decimal point and then a value after that decimal point, that would give me three significant figures. I only want 2, so I have to omit that decimal point. Now for three significant figures, I kind of just alluded to the answer, it'd be 83.0. Again, if you need to refresh the significant figure rules, we have a video on that posted in the description, as well as, well, this explanation right here. Okay, we get that 83.0. So hopefully that sheds a little bit of light into what the difference is between significant figures and decimal places, and this was an easy way for you to check throughout these three problems, all right? So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.